I'm coming back from Ross last night over by where the Stinky Beach is, where the ne'er-do-wells hang out. And as I was going there, you know, it was a regular crowd there, just looking at tourists, always on the verge of like causing some kind of problem. Occasionally there's like a skateboard king out there that does like, tries to do these tricks in people's faces and just, you know, get up in their business. But so I walk by them. I walk back and forth by them all the time. I just keep my eye on areas like that. And when I'm coming back, I notice I'm a block down, and I see these there's 3 officers like just walking, which you never see in Waikiki, just as if they're walking the beat. And I was like, wow, that's cool, you know. Light changes, 3 of them are coming across, and I kind of got close to them because a minute I was going to talk to them, and then I was like, no, don't. Because even to go over and say, hey, thanks for being here, or I appreciate you guys here, you never know. It could quickly turn into a situation where they want my ID, and I will have to decline. They're not getting it. And now I have a problem. So it's better to just avoid them. But when I pass them and I start walking back up towards Stinky Beach, it's cleared out. There's not a soul there. Not a guy there. No one sleeping. No one doing drugs. No one looking to fucking rob someone. No king doing skateboard tricks in people's faces. Just empty. They emptied it out. I don't know if they actually went over there and walked by and told everybody to fuck off, or if, like cockroaches, they just all scrambled when they saw the cops. Could be either thing. Go ahead, buddy. Like, as if I'm gonna, like, trust him. Yeah, so that's good. I like to see that. I like to see more of that. You know, again, it was like one of those situations where it's like, it's that cognitive dissonance. It's like when you used to see like one of your school teachers at the mall or something. You're like, oh, I recognize you, I recognize this area, but what are you two doing together? You know, they don't, you know, they don't usually belong. You're not used to seeing them in that scenery, you know. But it was cool. Hopefully that becomes a regular thing. Up in the back cave earlier, I was talking about how I feel like I had a spell breaking, like a spell broke on me. And it could have, you know, these things happen, right? It's good. They happen more all the time. And the spells concerning the Mandela effect, that is simply the most important thing, most important event in human history by far, hands down. What else do you got? What do you got? Ukraine, the fake war, 7/11 was an inside job, any of that shit. There's nothing comparative to this. What it's showing us is that reality, or what has been presented to us as reality, is malleable. It can change, because it has changed. Now, what happens is when you start talking about this in certain spaces, you always get the people like, because it's not real, it's memory. You think because you have a bad memory. The time to engage with those people has ended. You must ignore, don't engage, don't respond, nothing. It's over. It's over. Take no mind to those people. Think about the energy people, including myself, have wasted trying to reach across the aisle or the veil or whatever and try to get people to see what you're seeing. Even up to including like social media. Like I have a lot of Instagram pages, and it's like, who am I trying to reach with this the 700th Pizzagate meme. I'm already ghettoized. They put you in these little internet ghettos through your followers and through the algorithms, so you're not reaching anyone new, right? And anyone by now that hasn't come over to Team God isn't coming over. That it's like, and I still do it all the time. I'm guilty of it, where I'm like, this is the one, you know. This is the food codex meme that's really gonna hit them, and they're gonna wake up. No. That's over. What I'm doing when I do stuff is it's more just grist for the mill of my colleagues, people that already are on the side and understand things, and so you have to shut out those people that are gonna try to. It's your memories. They have sworn allegiance through their actions to Lucifer, and there's nothing you can do about them. You got to ignore them, as hard as they bait, and they do bait, because the idea is to get you to spiral, to get you to be upset. That's the point of a lot of these Satan's foot soldiers. You've got to ignore them. And instead of that energy of thinking you're going to be able to, you know, reach this person or reach anyone, take that energy and put it toward speaking with like-minded individuals. We got to talk amongst each other. We have to exchange information amongst each other. So much energy has been wasted in trying to wake up normies. Let them rot. You know, I don't care. I'm done with it. I'm just done with it. I mean, you hope that they come around. You don't want anyone to, you know, all the stuff, right? All the stuff. But the energy expenditure trying to do that is, you can't waste that energy anymore. Because I need that. I need that energy. I need your help. You know, I need you to, Jesus, this is a tight corner. And no one, like, kind of walks normal. So, you know, they have that robot walk. So they're going to hug the corner. So if you're not looking, they'll plow right into you. But, yeah, you can't engage with those people. You can't engage with those people. Take that energy and put it toward talking to me, you know. We have to get together more. Not actually get together, never get together. They want you to get together. IRL meetups are a horrible idea. And unless you're like a neighborhood watch or something, or you're in a community and you want to, you know, police your community, that's all fine. But as far as like a schizo meetup to fucking workshop, think tank, how to outwit the beast, you never want to do that in a physical place, because when you show up there to wherever the meeting is, there's going to be a couple dudes with the same watches and the same socks saying, hey, I know a guy that builds bumps. You guys are interested in really doing something? You know what I mean? That's what you're going to have. And then they'll collapse the building in a controlled demolition at the end of the meeting. So it's like you didn't know. A loose coalition is the way to do it. And that's really it. But that's where you should be putting the energy, exchanging the information, trying to, all right, what do we have? What do we know? Is there a pattern here? You know, I mean, we do that stuff anyway. But all I'm saying is, make sure that's all you do now. Trying to reach people is folly at this point. At this point, you're helping them. You know, you're helping them. What this is the Mandela effect, and I kind of blew it off in my mind. In fact, I remember even saying it at different points, like, I don't care about it. It's ridiculous. Whatever. I don't care what they're doing, because I had this idea that it was something they were doing. Perhaps it was a incidental. Like, they didn't mean to do exactly what's happening with these changes, but because of the things they're messing with, perhaps maybe CERN, it was causing this. And the thing is, CERN wants you to think it's them. You know, that's why they placed the sign on the old man's lap. That's why they put the Mandela effect iconography in their brochures for their student tours. You know, the Darth Vader and the Mirror Mirror. So if they're messaging that they had something to do with it, it makes me pretty sure they didn't. I don't think they did. I think they're afraid of it because they don't control it. And I think a lot of what's happening, the distractions, you know, yeah, they distract from real things that concern you, but I think that is the main thing that they've been trying to distract you from, is that exact thing, the Mandela effect. It's intelligent, whatever it is, and it's trying to tell us something. It's trying to reach us. And synchronicities connect to this. You know, when you hear a song or see a color or hear a thing, and then you see it 4 or 5 times, I believe that has something to do with it. It's the same force. It's like a ghost. The only way they can reach you is by knocking things off the shelf, or maybe this is the only way this thing can communicate with us or get in touch with us. I mean, there's a couple things. Maybe it's the only possible way it can do it, or maybe it's a soft way for it to do it. Because if it, you know, if they just came out of a hole in the sky and said, all right, guys, I think that would probably melt a lot of people's brains. So maybe this is a soft way to approach us. Like, all right, here, notice. But they do want you to notice this shit, where they're placing it. So it's some kind of intelligence trying to message, trying to get in touch, trying to break through, and maybe the only way it can, you know, maybe it's the only way it can do it. So at first, when these things started happening, I mean, you know, it's been going on since, what, 2016? You know, there's been different times where I tried to put together, like, what does this have to do with that? What does the Thinker statue have to do with fucking Twisted Sister or Mirror Mirror? Or what do these things have to do together? Are they spelling something out in some kind of language, or the only language they can use because it's the only possible thing they have to reach across dimensionally or wherever they are, or however it is? It's the only thing they can do. This is the only way they can communicate. So maybe we really need to look more at what those things are, and maybe try to crack the code, or to crack. I haven't really seen people try to do that. I mean, there's plenty of people that have been keeping track of what they are. I mean, you can find YouTube videos where people give the new ones that pop up, and they'll go into them and talk about them. But as far as get out of here a little bit. But as far as putting them all together and trying to figure out if there's some kind of pattern, you don't see much of that, you know. And I mean, and I've tried to do it in the past and at different times, but it is overwhelming because there's just so much stuff, you know. I mean, there's so much to it that it's kind of hard to do. But I think it deserves a second look, because there's nothing crazier that's ever happened in human history than this. History is being rewritten. Events are being rewritten. Details are being rewritten. Black Tom Island, what the fuck is that? Well, it was the first terrorist attack on U.S. soil prior to World War I, where the Germans attacked the fucking Statue of Liberty. They ruined the Statue of Liberty. They blew out every window in downtown Manhattan. It was an attack on a munitions depot in New Jersey, where they destroyed it. And the damage of which is what was supposed to have damaged the torch on the Statue of Liberty, and that's why you couldn't go up in it for many, many years, maybe even still now. That wasn't the case back then, back growing up. You know, we would have heard of that. I remember at the time of 7/11 was an inside job. They talked about how that was the first attack on U.S. soil ever, right? I mean, besides besides Pearl Harbor, on mainland U.S. was 7/11. I remember hearing that over and over again. Well, now that's no longer the case. It's the second, because the first one was Black Tom Island. It's called something stupid, like the Black Tom Explosion or something is the name of it. That's just simply not true. That simply didn't exist. It didn't happen. It's not a real thing. So that's beyond anything. That's beyond any kind of magic, any kind of thing that we witness here can do here, beyond any supernatural experience anyone's had. The body changes, the changes to our fucking body, which have all been upgrades. If you look at them, every one of them, the changes to the body have been positive. These are assets. Bones behind our eyes, so that they can't, so that it used to be you could go through the eye and hit the brain. You know, what is that Straw movie? Tommy Lee Jones. Oh God, you know what I'm saying? That one. You couldn't do that move anymore. Kidney punches are not possible. They still exist and they still punch the same area, but the kidneys are no longer there. They're now up inside a cage. Like the rib cage used to come down to about here. Came down to about here. And that was it. Now it comes down the entire length of your body and like wraps around your body. It looks like H.G. Grieger alien type shit. And in that cage is all of your organs. They just scooped up all your organs and shoved them in there. It's an upgrade. The organs themselves have changed in size and shape. The liver has gotten bigger and can process more stuff. Almost as if, you know, there was a time too, I mean, it still could be true, where it's almost like they're re-terraforming the body for a kind of new environment that's going to need to exist in. Are these bodies being prepared to have a new host get put in them and therefore they want them stronger? I don't know. Could be that. You know, that's a possibility too. But the changes are all positive regardless of what the situation is, what the outcome is. And I think it's got to be related to the Mandela effect. I mean, the Mandela effect has changed. It's not just lines in movies. It's the shape of continents. It's the movement of giant land masses. Really big foundational stuff has changed. And of course, you're going to have people like, it's always been like that. These people are controlled by an OS, an operating system, which simply just tells them what to do. They're gonna do what it says. They're gonna spell they're gonna read the scripts. It's like a computer, you know. It's like software. Like they're getting a script and they're following a script, you know, a prompt, right? And that's it. You gotta stop engaging with these 3D people. Say hi, be nice to them. You know, don't be rude, but you got to keep the conversation short. Certainly don't like try to argue with them about anything or try to prove anything to them or to wake them up, because you're wasting energy that I could use. You know, I could use you. I could use your thoughts. You know, I could use you. Don't waste it on them. It's not. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. But yeah, this thing has to be looked at more closely. I got to give it some more time than I have been. It's almost like I said, it's almost like I felt like I've been under a spell that's broken now. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's nothing more important than what's more important. What's more important than this? Like what's more crazy than this? What, the Chinese balloon? The fake UFO thing, the fake cause of all these kids dying from heart attacks, the fake war in Ukraine. I mean, it's all, come on. There's nothing more important than this, and we need to refocus on this. And well, that's what I'm going to be doing. I always appreciate any help I can get on that. Because maybe it's an internet. I was gonna say it's an internet being. It's an intelligence, and it's trying to say something to us. And maybe what it's trying to tell us is how we get out. And I can't imagine anything more valuable than that. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.